The debate has been raging for years over college costs for non-residents, but I talked with one student who is struggling to get in-state tuition in a place he's lived his whole life.
So I tried applying for scholarships, and I was a perfect candidate for a lot of them, but it all came down to where were you born, you know.
Pablo Cepeda is like most college students struggling to pay for school, but standing in his way, his legal status. Pablo has lived in Arizona for 13 years and recently got deferred action. But his dreams of going to Arizona State University were out of reach.
It was like $1,000 for a class. I was like, no, this is ridiculous. I can't afford to school.
Pablo then turned to Gateway Community College, one of the few schools in Arizona that provide in-state tuition to deferred action youth, giving him the opportunity most of his peers want.
We're trying to better ourselves, and in the long run, we're going to help our cities, our society, our community. So I don't really understand why they're making all these laws to put more obstacles in our way.
One of the biggest obstacles he faces is state law. Arizona is just one of 4 states that does not allow in-state tuition for undocumented students. And that's something the Arizona Board of Regents isn't going to change.
The community colleges have made their own decisions legally about what they'd like to offer, but the board has, for the 3 state universities, been very consistent in not allowing in-state tuition rates.
But the board recognizes the student population is growing and announced last week they plan to look to other states to research lower tuition options, especially for students like Pablo, who have lived and gone to school in Arizona their entire lives.
The state's already highly invested in these individuals and obviously wants to make sure that these individuals are successful.
And it's success that drives many of these undocumented students to continue the uphill battle.
I'm not giving up, and no one should be denied education.
Now the Arizona Board of Regents will present their research for consideration in June. They hope to find a more affordable option to allow undocumented students to continue their education. Live in the newsroom, I'm Lauren Monty, Cronkite News.